The Premier is pleading with other MPs to support a buyback plan to help the state's taxi drivers. The scheme would see a 10% levy on some trips, but it looks destined to fail before it's even introduced.
It was supposed to be the transport industry's saving grace, but the plan has hit a roadblock. The state government wants to implement a 10% levy on taxi and ride-sharing trips to fund a buyback scheme for plate owners, but the legislation has hit a dead end before it's even introduced to Parliament.
And they have lied to the taxi drivers of Western Australia and the plate owners by saying they would fund a buyback scheme because they're only going to fund it if they can get a new tax across the line.
Just like the failed gold tax, the opposition and other members of the upper house look set to vote down the legislation.
Look, at this state election we won 55.5% of the vote, but we didn't get control of the upper house, so it's an issue.
The state government says there's no plan B for taxi drivers, but members of the upper house seem willing to negotiate as long as it doesn't include another tax for West Australians.
We're always prepared to work with the government to find the best answer for the people of WA.
But let's not start this conversation by imposing taxes on passengers and drivers who've done nothing wrong to deserve this.
With little hope of convincing the crossbenchers himself, the Premier has urged taxi drivers to help get the scheme across the line.
This is a classic catch-22. To reform the upper house, I need to get the legislation through the upper house.
Bo Pearson, 10 Eyewitness News.